Okay, so today I will continue with what I was discussing in the last class, which was the usage of complements to perform arithmetic operations. Okay, so there is one more thing I want to look at there, and I will take the case of tens complement. So the thing which I want to look at is basically the case of overflow. Of overflow. Now what is overflow? Overflow is a case where you are using, for example, n bit representation of positive and negative numbers, and then in that n bit half of the bits are positive, allocated for positive values, half of the bits are allocated for negative values, and then so when you perform an operation such as addition, when you add the two numbers, then the result could be such that it may not be possible to represent it just using n bit. You may require n plus 1 bit. So that can give rise to problem. So we need to detect any such case would appear. Okay, as an example, I would tell. So yesterday I said about say 4 bit say let's take the case of 2's complement representation. So I will only use 2's complement representation case to explain the overflow. So if it is 2's complement representation, you have decimal digit 0 that is represented as, so I will also take the case of 4 bit. Okay, so 000 stands for plus 0, right, and then plus 1, it is basically 001, then plus 2, you have 0010, plus 3, you have 0011, plus 4, you have 0100, plus 5, you have 0101, plus 6, then 0110. Let's write down all the cases. Okay, so then we have plus 7, you have the corresponding representation of plus 7 is 0111, and then the next one is corresponding to minus 8, so that is 100, then minus 7, which is basically 1001, minus 6, you have 1010, minus 5, you have 1011, minus 4, you have 1100, then minus 3, you have 1101, minus 2, you have 1110, and minus 1, you have 1111. So these are the 2's complement representation of which are possible with 4 bits. Okay, with 4 bits, these are the 2's complement representation. So half of them roughly are negative numbers. Anything below here is negative. Okay, this is negative, representing negative numbers, these combinations, and what is above, they are positive. Now the case of overflow. So let's take the different cases. Suppose we are adding two numbers, and overflow can happen in such cases. So let's take example of the case where overflow can happen and it cannot happen. Okay, so for example 2 plus 3. Okay, so if you do let's take an example of 2 plus 3. So if you do 2 plus 3, so 2 is basically 0 0 1 0 plus 3 is basically 0 0 1 1. So if you add these two, 0 plus 1, that is 1, 1 plus 1 0, carry 1, and then you have 1 0. So there is no problem in this case. This answer is basically giving 5. Okay, so 2 to the base 10, 3 to the base 10 will give you 2 plus 3, which is 5 to the base 10, and 5 is basically possible with 4 bit. But the overflow case will occur if the result is bigger than, say, plus 7. So let's take an example. Example 2. So example 2, let's take 5 plus 6. Okay, so these are both positive numbers, we are just adding them. So what is 5? You have 0 1 0 1, and you are adding to that. The 2's complement representation of plus 6 is 0 1 1 0. Okay, it is same as the binary number, no difference as far as it is positive numbers are considered. So 1 plus 0, that is 1, 0 plus 1, which is also 1, then 1 plus 1 0, and you get this number. Now if you take this result, we are going to have difficulty. The difficulty is this is basically 1 0 1 1. If you look at here, this is representing minus 5. 1 0 1 1 is basically minus 5, okay, to the base 10, and obviously this is a wrong result. This is a wrong result. So here is a case of overflow. Previously there was no overflow, but now there is a case of overflow. So the question is, how can we detect overflow? Now, is this the only way overflow can happen? Adding two positive numbers can result in overflow, provided the sum is greater than 7. Now, is there any other way overflow can happen? Yes, it can happen with negative numbers also, provided if the resulting negative number is having a magnitude larger than 8. Okay, so let's look at other example. Example 3. Again, let us look at minus 2 plus 4, or minus 2 minus, consider minus 2 minus 4. Minus 2 minus 4, we know that the result should be minus 6. So let's see what happens. So minus 2 is 1 1 1 0. All numbers are going to be represented in 2's complement form, and then minus 4, and minus 4 is 1. So basically what we are doing is this is basically minus 2 plus minus 4. That's what we are doing. Okay, so I wrote minus 2, and now I am writing minus 4. Minus 4 is what? 1 1 0 0, 1 1 0 0. Okay, so this is minus 4 and this is minus 2. So add them. 0 1 plus 0, it is 1 1 plus 1, which is 0 with a carry 1, and then 1 plus 1 plus 1, you have 1 1. Now if you look at whether the result is correct, we got the 4 bit, there is a carry also, and then 1 0 1 0. And what we learned earlier is that when we do 2's complement method, if a carry comes, we discard the carry. That's what we usually we do. But if you discard the carry, do we have the right result? Now 1 0 1 0, if you look at here, 1 0 1 0 is minus 6. Okay, so this is basically, if you discard the carry, you have minus 6. Now is it a right result? Yes, it is a right result. Okay, there is no problem. There is no problem here. Okay, and okay, so we considered 3 examples, out of which 2 had overflow, and 2 of them did not have overflow, and 1 of them had overflow. And there is one more case we will consider where overflow can happen. So that is example say 4. So if we have two negative numbers, so for example like -7, then -5. Okay, definitely when you add these two, it won't be possible to be represented with 4 bit, as the smallest negative number or the largest negative number is -8. So this is going to go to -12, and therefore 4 bit is not enough to do the representation. So therefore let us do this. So -7 is basically 1001 plus -5, so which is 1011. So if you add them together, we have 1 plus 1, which is 0, then carry 1 plus 1 0, carry 1, and then 1 plus 1 0, carry 1. So carry, if it comes, we can discard as per the rule, but after that if you look at, this is 0 1 0 0, and what does it represent? This is basically plus 4, and definitely this is a wrong result, because when you add two negative numbers, you should get the answer as negative. So here it is coming positive. So there are two cases where we got overflow. And is there any other possibilities, in the sense like if you add a positive number with a negative number, or a negative number with positive number, can we have overflow? It will not create overflow, because basically the result will be smaller than either of the two, right? Because if you are adding, say, +8 and -4, you will have -4 as the answer. So it will decrease the value. The only way in which the value can overflow is when we add two positive numbers or when we add two negative numbers. So these are the only way in which the result could become bigger than what it could be represented using the initial number of bits that we started with. Okay, so how can we detect these cases? Now if you look at these 4 cases, the reason why there is something very interesting about these 3 cases. Okay, for example, if you look at example 1, in example 1, if you look at the final carry and the carry in the previous bit. So these are the things that I am asking you to look at. So final carry means whatever you will get after adding these position, and the previous carry means whatever you will get adding the next MSB. Okay, so final carry is adding MSB, and the carry that we get previous to that, that is adding the third position in this 4-bit numbers. If it is a 8-bit number, 8th position adding as well as 7th position adding. Okay, and 8th position or MSB is basically the sign bit of the numbers. They are 0 for positive numbers and they are 1s for negative numbers. Okay, so addition of the sign number may have carry from the previous cases, and after adding you may have carry also there. So look at this carry in these two cases. In the first case, if you look at the addition, you can see that both cases you have 0 coming. Okay, so here also it is 0 and here also it is 0. Okay, now let's look at the second case. In the second case, if you look at while adding these numbers, so we had a carry coming here, which is after adding one carry come 1 plus 1 carry is coming. So therefore and then finally you have that carry added with the 2 zeros, so there is no carry. Okay, so that you can see. So here there is 1 and here there is 0. Okay, now let's look at the third case. In the third case, if you look at here, so if you look at here 1 plus 1, you have a carry there. Okay, so there is a carry here. We are bringing a carry here, and then here also there is a carry. Okay, so this is 1 and this is also 1. Then the last case, if you look at when you added here, there was no carry. So here there was no carry, and then here there was carry. Okay, so this is basically no carry and carry. Okay, so these are the 4 cases, and you look at each of the cases. Okay, what we are getting. Okay, so if you look at first one is 0 0, second one is 0 1, third case is 1 1, and fourth case is 1 0. Okay, so now from this we can say that and you can verify this with any other examples which are possible, and you will see in all these cases wherever there is an overflow, the carry that we get in the MSB as well as in the previous bit position, they will be differing. If one is 0, the other will be 1. Okay, and similarly here also we had here it is 1 0, earlier it was 0 1. Okay, so you can see that the carries are differing. So if the carries are differing, that is a case of overflow. So that way we can detect if there is an overflow. So if there is an overflow, then we need to correct for that result. Okay, accordingly we need to correct for the result. Okay, so but if there is same carry, that is for adding positive numbers, if you are getting 0 0 as carry, then that means no overflow. Or it could be like 1 1 in the case of a negative number. When you add 2 negative numbers, if you are getting carry in both places, then also there is no overflow. So this is the way you can, so you can say that so the conclusion here is that if the carry obtained differ at the MSB position, MSB means most significant bit position, and its previous position, this indicates a case of overflow. Okay, if the carry obtained differ at the MSB position and its previous position, this indicates a case of overflow. If both carries were same, so that is the converse, then we do not have overflow. So I hope this is clear. Okay, so that's what I wanted to discuss initially about what we were looking at earlier. Now we are proceeding into a new topic, which is basically so far we looked at binary representation of numbers and then complement of these binary numbers and then few arithmetic operation. Now it's not just numbers that we require to give us input to a computer. Sometimes we need to give input as like alphabets or some symbols, and we have a keyboard where we press on these different keys, and then since the computer can only understand these binary data, it can only take or it can only accept ultimately into the processor, it can only accept binary data, that means zeros and ones, stream of zeros and ones. So far we use zeros and ones to represent numbers, but there are other entities, okay, which we need to give as input to the computer or any digital system, and so maybe like our decision, yes or no, okay, or any such information that you want to give us input, or even it could be a voice signal or any image. So all of this has to be represented in as a binary data. Okay, that necessarily doesn't mean exactly the number, binary number that it corresponds to. Okay, so these are called codes. Okay, when you press the key, the code that is generate, there will be an 8-bit code that will be generated by the keyboard, and it is given as input to the processor. Okay, so by looking at that 8-bit sequence, it will say whether it is a lowercase a or uppercase t, or maybe whether it is an ampersand or a bracket symbol or an @ symbol, etc. So there are lots of symbols. Okay, say 256 possible symbols are possible with 8-bit representation. So but each of them is a code. So we are assigning an 8-bit number, a binary number, to represent a code. So these are called binary codes. Okay, but for our purpose in this course, we will not go into so much depth of ASCII code. These codes are called ASCII code. So we will not go into those, but I am just telling you that you can have various different kinds of code that are possible depending upon what each of those sequence represent. Okay, so but let us look at some of the very simple and popular codes which are also useful for other cases. So one of such code, so we are going to look at a topic which is called, so we are going to go from binary number to binary codes. Okay, so far we were looking at binary numbers. So now we are going to look at binary code. So the first code that we will take is called BCD. Now what does BCD stands for? It is called binary coded decimal. Now it may look very simple, but we need to understand why we need something like this. The reason why we need a code like BCD is because in everyday life we humans are more familiar with we are familiar with decimal digits, right? Decimal numbers. Okay, so we are it is very convenient for us to talk about numbers in the form of decimal numbers. But when you type on a calculator or a keyboard or some numbers, the digital system can only understand it cannot understand decimal numbers. It can only understand binary data, binary numbers. So we need to, so if you want to basically add two numbers using a calculator, so then you press the keypad. Okay, you press the keypad, then some number will go so into the system, and that number, suppose we want to add two numbers, we want to say that I want to do 23 plus 41. This is what I want to do. So for our sake, the keys in the calculators are still written in the form of decimal digits. We don't use binary digits, even though we know that the underlying digital system cannot understand decimal digits. It can only understand binary numbers. So what one strategy that is possible is that when we press these 23, okay, what we need to do is basically translate this into a different set of inputs which are in the form of binary. The binary of 23 should go. Okay, so if you create the binary of 23, so that is basically we know that it is 16 plus 7. So that is 10111. Okay, so 16 plus 7. So why I say 16 plus 7? I know that 7 means 111, and 10000 means 16. So 16 plus 7, so that is 23. So okay, so plus, so this is one possibility. So depending upon whatever number I press, then I create a decimal code in some way, and then when you press the next number 41, so then you create so that will be 41 is basically 32 plus 9, so that is 32 is basically 1 followed by 5 zeros, and then 1 0 0 1. Okay, so this one is corresponding to 32 and this last 4 digit is corresponding to 9. So 32 plus 9 is 41. So I can do like this and give it as input to the computer, and then what does the computer give? So I have to do a translation, okay, for the computer to understand. Now computer will basically use binary addition. Okay, it will use binary addition. What it will do, so it will just keep these numbers and then add them using a binary adder. Okay, we have not yet seen how to implement a binary adder, etc., which we will come into at a later stage. Okay, so what if suppose there is a binary adder inside, which is not difficult to create. Okay, 1 plus 1, it will give you 0, and then there is a carry, 1 plus 1 0, then carry 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 1 plus 1 0, then this. So what is this? This is basically 64. Okay, but computer is giving you this number. So now what I have to do? I have to translate, because for me it is very difficult to understand which number is this. So I need a further translation back. Okay, so the first translation is decimal to binary. That was the first translation. Here it is binary to decimal. Okay, and then I get to know that this is basically a 64. Okay, so this is the input was decimal, and the after translation it became binary, then addition was done in binary, you got a binary result, and then back to 64. Now you see the difficulty. You need a binary adder. Okay, so that is not difficult, but then you need something to translate each of the number into binary. So we need a translation from decimal to binary, and then also a translation from binary to decimal. Okay, only then we can use that device. Okay, now is it the only way we can implement it? Is it any better way we can implement it? The same same problem, can we solve it in any other way? Yeah, so that is what BCD code will offer us. Okay, so BCD code says that, okay, if you can represent these numbers using BCD code, that means whatever you are inputting, that is 23 and 41 are the numbers that we took. So the same problem can be solved in an alternate way. Okay, so let me just write down the BCD code for some of these numbers. So I'm just writing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then a few more, just to show you the difference between binary and BCD. So you should not confuse between the two. They are not the same. 11, 12. Okay, so this much I will write. Okay, so this is basically our decimal. Okay, so these are our decimal number, and then we have the BCD code, binary coded decimal. So 0 means you use 4-bit. This is 0. You may say that, okay, that is looking like the binary representation itself. Yes, that is true. It is looking like binary representation, but the difference will come little later. So 2 is 0, 0, 1, 0. So let us not write all the case, because they are going to look the same. And 9, yes, it is 1, 0, 0, 1. But what about 10? How do you write the binary code for 10? Okay, so there comes, it's not 1, 0, 1, 0. If you write 1, 0, 1, 0, that's wrong. So after 9, just like you have 1, 0 here, in a similar format you have to write 0, 0, 0, 1, that is this digit 1, and for digit 0 you have 0 0 0 0, and then 11 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1, then 12 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0, and this is how you have to continue. Okay, so there are only 10 combinations that are selected or that are approved as the codes. Okay, altogether 16 combinations are possible. So let me write it here. So a note, out of the 16 possible 4-bit combinations. Okay, with 4 bits you can have 16 combinations possible. Out of the 16 possible 4-bit combinations, we allocate the first 10. First 10 means 0 0 0 0 to 1 0 0 1. First 10 binary combinations, we allocate the first 10 binary combinations to represent each of the 10 decimal digit. Okay, to represent each of the 10 decimal digit. Okay, so when you have a 2 digit, again we use that. So whenever you see 1, you just replace it with 0 0 1. Or in other words, you can say that when you click on the calculator, say digit 3, what goes inside is 0 0 1 1, because 3 is 0 0 1 1. So when you click on 3, this is what. So 3 plus 6 when you do, so first is 0 0 1 1 will go, then you will have 0 1 1 0 will go. Okay, so depending upon which digit you are pressing, whenever you press one digit at a time, correspondingly a 4-bit code will go. Okay, and you will only press from 0 to 9, only these are the decimal digit possible. So only these first 10 codes 0 0 0 0 to 1 0 0 0 1, only these first 10 codes can only enter into the system, because you don't have any new digit other than. So whenever you go to 10, you are pressing 1 and 0. Okay, so then for 1, this 4-bit code will go 0 0 0 1, and for 0 you will have 0 0 0 0. So okay, so this way the code will enter into the system. Okay, so that way translation is very, you don't really require a translation in the sense directly the code is going. Okay, binary code is going, and that itself is representing the number. Now the issue is that can we add these numbers, or can we do arithmetic operation with these numbers? The answer is yes. Okay, so let us look at some of the example. So the example that we have may be divided into 3 categories. Okay, so the addition, so BCD addition. So let's look at BCD addition. BCD addition. So that means adding using this BCD number representation, or using the code corresponding to BCD. Okay, so let's take an example. So as I said, there are 3 categories we can look at, just like okay, so let's take one by one those cases. So we will consider single decimal digit addition, and even with the single decimal digit addition we can have 3 cases. Okay, so case 1. Okay, The case 1 is when you add two decimal digits. The result is less than say 10. Okay, here 10 means to the base 10 I am talking. So when you add two decimal digit, it could be 1 2 3 4 5 6 any of these digits, but when you add these two such digits, you have a result which is less than digit. So that means it is a single digit that you will get as an answer in decimal form. Okay, so there are various examples that are possible for this. For example, say 2 plus 3, right, or 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1, or 4 plus 2. All of these are examples. So you have these numbers. Now the moment you press 2, what will happen? Then 0 0 1 0 will go. That is a binary code, and then add it with 0 0 1 1. Add this result, what you are getting? 0 plus 1, that is 1, and then 1 plus 1, that is 0. You have a carry, bring it down, and then 0 plus 0, so that will be 0. Now, so the inputs are in BCD code. The output also we need to look at as if it is a BCD code. And if you look at it as if a BCD code, 0 1 0 1 is here, 0 1 0 1 is here. So that is what? That is 5. Okay, so we don't have any problem. Our result is correct in such cases. In case 1, we don't need to do anything. This itself is the result. It's a correct result. Okay, it is a correct result, no problem. Now case 2. So let's look at case 2. Case 2. Okay. In case 2, the result will end up in a code, or the result will end up in a 4-bit number which is not part of the code. Okay, so that is case 2. So when you add, I can make it a little more generic. I can say when you add 2, okay, I should write 2 properly here. This is 2 decimal digits, I can say with carry. Okay, with carry means carry could be 1 or 0. Okay, so I am giving a possibility for carry also. Okay, so let me take here carry 0. So if you take carry 1, it will be 1 plus 2 plus 3. Okay, so whenever you add any position in the digit, there could be a carry coming from the previous position, previous LSB position. Okay, so that is why this is more generic. So if you add it with the carry, then you have to add that also. Okay, so when you add 2 decimal digits with carry, then if the result is not part of the BCD code. Okay, if the result is not part, you will get a 4-bit result, but if that result is not a part of a BCD code. So let's take an example. So example will make it very clear. So example, so what you have to do, so you have to make it larger than, the result should be larger than 9 and say lesser than 16. Okay, so any such result you can take. Say 6 plus 7. 6 plus 7. So 6, when you press, the code will go. The code is this 110 plus 7. The code will go, and that is going to be this. And we know that the result is 13, right? But what are we going to get? Are we going to get 13 in BCD form? No, we will not get, because 13 in BCD form is here. That is basically 0 0 0 1 and then 0 0 1 1. This we will not get. But instead, what are we going to get? We will get 1 plus 1 0, and then carry 1 carry 1. This is what we are going to get. But this is not a valid. Okay, so this is not a valid BCD. So when we use BCD code, this is unknown. We never expect something like this to come as input anywhere, because only 10 codes we are using. 6 of them we are never using. So this is error. Okay, this is not a valid code. So 1101 is not correct. So we need to do some corrective measure. And what is the corrective measure that we need to do? Okay, I will just tell you what we need to do. So what we need to do is, you need to fix this result by adding 110 to it. If you add 110 to it, what is going to happen? You will have 1 and then 1 plus 1, so 0 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 0, carry goes, and then 1 plus 1, 0, carry goes. Now the result, if you look at, there is a carry, there is a 4-bit, and this is a valid result. Okay, this is a valid result, because what does it represent? It represents basically 0 0 0 1 and 0 0 1 1, which is basically our 1 3 to the base 10. So this is correct. 1 means 0 0 0 1. So you got a carry. You can, if you want, you can append it with zeros on the left. Okay, and then you have 0 0 1 1. 1 1 0 0 1 1 is basically the code for 3. So this now we have corrected. So whenever we get the second case, all you need to do is, if you have an unfamiliar code coming as a result, so we implemented this addition of BCD numbers using binary adders. Okay, so that you have to keep in mind. Here we are using binary adders. In all the addition we are using binary adder. So we gave input to the binary adder as BCD code. Okay, and then we try to use, because we don't need to do any translation, we are just pressing each key, automatically the BCD codes are going, and then that is entering into a binary adder. The binary adder add it. The first case, no issue, the result is correct. Second case, we required a correction, and the correction was to add 6 to it. Alright, so now case 3. Or case 3, it is case 3. In a similar setting, if we get a result, I am not writing the full sentence as before, but that is same. Okay, when you add 2 decimal digits with carry, then if the result that you get, if you get a result in which carry is generated. Okay, so let's see one example. Again, examples will make things very clear. Okay, so what we need to do, if you want to get a carry, we need to take a large BCD number like 8 or 9, etc. 8 plus 9. Let's do 8 plus 9. So this is what I want to do. So the decimal digits. and I can have a carry also if you want. So let's put the carry also in this time. So this is basically carry from previous bit position. Okay, so I have 1 plus 8 plus 9. Okay, so what is going to happen? So first of all, so I have let me write 8 is basically 1 0 0 0 plus 9 is basically 1 0 0 1, and then I'm having a carry bit which is coming from the previous BCD addition. Okay, so we are adding a previous 4-bit BCDs, and then that could generate a carry which is coming here. Okay, so that is this carry. So this is the case. So now what is going to happen? Now what I should get is 18, right? Basically 8 plus 1 is 9, 9 plus 9 is 18. So what I should get is basically the correct answer is this one. Now will I get this 1 8? Let us check. So 1 plus 1 0, carry 1, this 0 plus 0 0, 1 plus 1 0, carry 1. Okay, so I got this. Now if I look at the result, what did I get? If I treat this as a BCD result, then what I am getting is basically 0 0 0 1. Okay, and this one is basically 0 0 1 0, which is what? Which is basically 1 2 or 12. Is it a correct answer? No, this is wrong answer. I should get 18. Now you can clearly see what I need to do to correct it. The correction is basically the same procedure, add 6 to it. So you introduce this result into another binary order, in which again you take 1 1 0 and add to it. Okay, so if you do that, this will become 0, 1 plus 1 0, and then 1 plus 1 0, then 1, and the earlier carry will remain here. Now if you look at, our result is 1 8 to the base 10, and this is correct result. So we can correct. So these are the only 3 cases now I will argue which can come up when you add 2 decimal digits with a carry. Okay, the maximum number that can come is 19, nothing more than that. Okay, so the minimum is 0. So the result in general can be anywhere from 0 to 19. There are 20 possibilities. The result can be in one of the 20 possibilities, out of which some of them are with carry and some of them are without carry. And if you look at those without carry, some of them are giving you valid BCD output, in which case we don't need to do anything, but in other cases we have invalid BCD output. Okay, invalid in the sense it is not a accepted code. Okay, so we will pause for a moment or 5 minutes, and then we will come back to it. And when you come back, if you have any questions, or you can ask questions now also.